Hey Michaela, so here is the first problem that you needed help with. It says find the equation of the line passes through the following pair of points. So I've got these 2 points, -2, and 5, 5. So we are going to find the base form, which is y equals mx plus b. Okay, b is going to be the point that is the y-intercept, and m is the slope. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to find the slope first. So I take 5, subtract -2, and 5, and I subtract -2. Or you could do -2 minus 5, -2 minus 5, right? Either one of these is going to give you, this is going to give you -7 over -7. This is going to give you +7 over +7. So either way that you do it, your answer is going to be 1. You have a slope of 1. So we can rewrite that as y is equal to x, because 1 is invisible when we put it in front of a variable, right? Plus b. Now, I'm going to take one of these points, I'm going to take this one, and I am going to substitute it in for y and x. So -2 for y, -2 for x, plus b. I want to get b by itself, and I add 2 to both sides. B is equal to 0. So y is equal to, if we write it all out, 1x plus 0. Okay, so the 0 adds nothing. So that goes away, right? And the 1 is invisible. So y is equal to x. That's all you had to put in your blank right there. Y is equal to x. You just put the x in the blank. I know it's a little bit of a tricky problem. You want to put in plus 0. You want to try to make it be a different number, but it's not. It is, it's going to be, when it's plus 0, it's going to drop, and you don't have that because it doesn't add anything. It doesn't add any value to the equation, so it just goes away. All right. So I hope you probably were making some type of a mistake in here with the minuses and whatnot, because it can get confusing. I totally get that. But this is what you should have. All right, let's look at the next one. All right, so this one you're told to find y. So we're going to solve for y. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get a common denominator, and my common denominator is going to equal my. So I'm going to multiply this by m over m. I'm going to multiply this by y over y. And I'm going to multiply this by my over my. I'm going to put it over 1, turn it into a fraction. Okay, so then this would be mx plus y, or over my, is equal to pmy over my. Now that they all have the same denominator, you can multiply them by the my, which cancels all of that out, which means we could just have skipped that step in the first place, right? It all goes away. All right, so now that we just have whole numbers, because we got the same denominator, so we can eliminate the denominator to just leave the numerator as whole numbers. That makes it a little bit easier to solve. So because I want my y's together on the same side, I'm going to subtract this y from both sides. So it gives me mx is equal to pmy minus y. So if I factor out the y, I have mx is equal to y times pm minus 1. So I'm going to divide both sides by this factor, and I get mx divided by pm minus 1 is the value of y. Okay, I know these could get confusing because you're not really dealing with values with real numbers. So you just have to basically do it on theory, on logic. You can't solve for anything. So, but this is the final answer. All right, I looked at the way the answer is typed in. It is in alphabetical order, which is the way I usually tell you guys to do it. So it would be in alphabetical order, NP minus 1 is what you would type into the blank for the value of y. This would be the answer you put in. All right. Okay, that's all that you needed help with. You're doing great, sweetheart. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you on Thursday.